Check out that hat from my hero. Old painter's cap. You remember them old painter's caps? Yeah, my hero died, and I snatched that hat out of his garage. You know, his brother and son knew about it, so I mean, it wasn't like I was stealing it. But no, I mean, I don't get to look at these charts very much. But I'm on CoinMarketCap.com, and I'm just coming to understand a few things here. It looks like $500 million has exited Ethereum since, let me see, $500 million. That's huge. That's a lot of money, man. So the market cap was at $1.6 billion, and this is on June 17th at 7:34. So that's yesterday. That's about 24 hours ago exactly. So in 24 hours, $500 million exited Ethereum. So, and right now it's at 1.08 billion. So over $500 million has exited Ethereum in 24 hours. That is crazy. And I may be reading it wrong because I don't ever read these charts, so forgive me if I am, but I don't think I am. Now I'm looking here, and so the market cap for Bitcoin is $11.7 billion. Ethereum now is at 1 billion. Was just at 1.6, and in 24 hours, $600 million has exited Ethereum. Litecoin is at $257 million, and Ripple is still number 4. Ripple has a market capitalization of $233 million. Now this is interesting to me because Ripple is worth about a half a cent, and their market cap is still $225 billion. So now what that tells me, and Ethereum is probably going to go the same way as Ripple. The smart money got exited in the past 24 hours, or the traders anyway. You had over $500 million just say goodbye Ethereum. Now, if you've got Joseph Lubin, the Goldman Sachs guy over at Ethereum, and I think there's more people work at Goldman Sachs, but if you got those Goldman Sachs guys and those Wall Street hedge fund managers, you know, selling Ethereum big time, you think about what these banks are. They're just, you know, they've got buku bucks and they don't really care what they're investing in. I mean, they care, you know, they don't want to lose money. But, you know, when you're talking to somebody with $1 billion, you know, a billionaire, or, you know, millions of dollars, they and Joseph Lubin is a Goldman Sachs hedge fund manager, so he's used to going to these super rich people and asking them for money, and then they give it to him, and then he invests it for them. That's what hedge fund managers do. So there's going to be a lot of money sitting in Ethereum because, you know, Mr. Goldman Sachs over there at Ethereum, he's not going to tell his clients that he messed up, you know, and that, oh my gosh, you know, we had a serious breach and we're thinking about forking and invading the trust of the system, just totally raping the trust of the system. But what I'm saying is that a lot of these people give the money, and they don't watch it. They don't care. $600 million just exited Ethereum in the past 24 hours, and there's going to be a lot left in there because people aren't paying attention. They don't know what's going on in Ethereum. Now I'm looking at Ripple, and Ripple's market cap is almost as much as Litecoin still. But Litecoin is worth $5.50. Ripple is worth a half a cent. But the market capitalization is the same. Now, Ripple is very similar to Ethereum. Ripple was, in my estimation, when I was looking at it, and you'll have to correct me if I'm wrong, which I'm sure I'm way off because I don't pay attention, to every minute detail. But Ripple was, this is my take on it, okay? It was started by a company, 4 companies, to manipulate this Bitcoin market or this cryptocurrency market. They can't stop Bitcoin and Litecoin, but what they can do is create an altcoin that can compete with Bitcoin and Litecoin. And I think what these people do is they try and compete with Litecoin because $11 billion on an experimental deal is it's a lot of money for an experiment for anybody. But they try and compete with Litecoin, and as long as they can get above Litecoin, then they're good. And it's pretty easy to get above Litecoin because it's $257 million. When you've got, like, Ripple had, I think, Microsoft and I don't know, but big companies like that were going into Ripple, and they invested in Ripple, and that money's just sitting there. They're not paying attention. When you get companies, these billion-dollar companies investing, and they invest $10 million here, and they put it in and they forget it and say good luck with you and do your best and we hope everything works out for you. And these guys are struggling to manipulate the markets and stuff like that, and that's what they do, these hedge fund managers. And so I'm looking at Ripple, and Ripple has got about the same market cap as Litecoin, and it's worth less than a penny. And I think Ethereum's probably going to go the same way as people find out what's going on and all this stuff. There's going to be a huge market cap that stays in there, and then people will be able to say, oh, Ethereum survived and all this stuff. But the fundamentals of Ethereum are done. If they're talking about hard forking and shutting down somebody's wallet, that's a centralized act. So you've got people in Ethereum, from Goldman Sachs, who are hedge fund managers who manipulate markets, and they're going to shut down somebody's wallet. They're going to hard fork the whole blockchain and shut down somebody's wallet. Do you really want to? Because that's the whole idea of Bitcoin and Litecoin is that it's trustless. You don't have to trust it. But Ethereum, everybody wants the hot new next thing, and that's just like what happened with Ripple. And look where Ripple's at, and just watch what's going on
Hi,
with
may I
Ethereum.
would be